horses on New Year's Eve, walking down my Brooklyn street. And I saw fireworks in your eyes. I was falling, falling, falling 1 year ago at this time. Now I'm trying, trying, trying to get back my mind. I'll take my photographs, wrap them in bubble wrap. I'm leaving for the weekend, or maybe for the year. I'll secure all my edges, all the fragile remarks that were taken the wrong way before I go leaving for the year. Taken the wrong way.
So I found this cool video on YouTube from this church that helps their parishioners make storm windows. And they had a video, I'll put a link to it. Actually, it was several videos, and it's a really cool design. It's really simple, and it seems to work okay. What you do is just make this frame first. It's 1 by 2, and I just screwed it together, drilled some holes and screwed it together, and then you use shrink wrap. I'm sorry, I don't have a video of actually doing this, but you just take shrink wrap and that shrink wrap plastic used for storm windows and some double-sided tape, so it's pretty easy to describe how to do it. So you make the frame first, then you put a piece of double-sided tape down, and then just tape the shrink wrap stuff to it, and it's on both sides. So you put another layer around and tape it all up, and then put a piece of clear packing tape along the top to seal it all in. And then you just take the hair dryer, you know, and heat that stuff up. You got to be careful; it's a little delicate, but anyway, you heat it up, and it shrinks and stretches. It makes a nice seal. And the guy in the videos said that I think he'd been using one for like 4 or 5 years, and even if it breaks, it's easy to patch it. You just can either put some tape on it, or just, you know, put a whole new round of the shrink wrap stuff, which is pretty cheap actually. So it's, you know, kind of a poor man's thermopane. And what they have you do is cut the frame. I think it's 1/2 inch shorter than the actual measurement, and then you put this stuff. This, you know, weather stripping on either side. You see it fell off the other side, which is what I'm working on today, is getting these things so they don't fall out. So, you know, in a stationary house, it would work fine, because here's one in place, and you can see this one actually stayed put, but there's a really tight fit. So I cut the frame 1/2 inch shorter than from here to here, and then you put the weather stripping on the ends to make up for that. And I believe that's 3/4 inch weather stripping. So anyway, when you push it in there, it's a really tight, airtight fit. But on this bus, it worked fine until I drove the bus one day, and then half of these things flew out. So I'm about to go on a road trip with my friend next door to the coast, and so it's still kind of cold out. I want to keep these in place and make it so they don't come flying out along the ways. So here's how the bus windows originally were held in, like this. That's the window sill itself there, and then got this screw, which is the washer. So what I did when I put this molding here around the windows sills, and I just got a longer screw and put the washer in there to hold in place. And now what I'm doing for these storm windows is take these out and just get some that are longer. And what I actually ended up doing was I used some scrap pieces of the floor and cut those into little strips to fit that area there, as you'll see in a minute.
I'm supposed to die, and I know it from the way I say hello, and the way I say goodbye. Neither one feels right. Welcome to this back cave. You are beyond number 122. How fast can we change your name for you? But I don't mind it anymore. I don't mind it anymore. I don't mind it anymore. Whoa, whoa. I am meant to live alone. I am meant to breathe alone. I'm supposed to die, and I know it from the way I say hello, and the way I say goodbye. Neither one feels.
There's turned out pretty well. Doesn't look too shabby. And I'll tell you, this really makes a big difference. You know, you can put all the insulation you want down. If you have air leaks, it's going to be cold, you know, just period. It doesn't, fixing the air leaks is way more than fixing the insulation. So you can see it ends up really airtight, and these windows really leak quite a bit. The school bus windows. So there's a good way to tighten up your bus if you're doing one of these. Of course, the door is, I know a lot of people end up putting an RV door on there, and that's probably the main reason why, because it's difficult. I love this door though. I did have this weather strip replaced. This one here, I had that replaced. I got the last weather strip in the world for that. I was called a bunch of places, and finally one guy says, I got one left and we're not getting any more. You want it? I'm like, yes, I want it. But I've also got a blanket though that I can put up here. I put this wood frame across here, and then I can put a blanket there, and that makes a big difference too when it's really cold out. So since we're on the subject of window covering, I thought I'd show you what I did for my screen. Oh look, there's a little guy there. What's up, buddy? Anyway, you can see I've got a screen on here. What I did is you can go to the hardware store and just get a screen repair kit, or well, maybe you just want to get the actual screen by itself, not a kit. But and see what I did is I made these frames here, and you can just buy this material, the corners and everything. Just buy them in the hardware store in the screen area, and then I put Velcro on them, and then also on the window frame there, right? And so this window comes down, of course. This part here slides down, and so you really need to only cover this part of the window. And just pop those guys back on there. So there's a cool tip for you. That's something I looked to try and find how to do this, and I've never seen anyone else do it. I mean, I'm sure other people have. I'm just saying, I've never seen anybody do this except for me. So remember, folks, you saw it here first, or if you didn't see it first, remember you saw it here second. And I got a TV set. I stopped watching television. It was so long ago. It was before they went digital. That's, if it gives you an idea, that's how long ago it was. And I decided to put one in the bus as an extra monitor, set the computer up so I can watch YouTube or whatever. So I figured I'll just get a TV as an extra monitor. Man, it was really a disappointment. There's nothing on TV, man. Nothing at all. Anyway. Well, since there's nothing on TV, thanks for watching me. See you next time. Take care.